Which one of y'all motherfuckers did it? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hi, I am Shar and welcome to Real Reactions and Real Reviews by Shar. Ooh, number 3, boo. Number 3. This is my MUMU review of Beauty in Black. Wait, Beauty Black? Yeah, Beauty Black. Child, by Tyler Perry, Netflix. To me, this is one of Tyler Perry's most best pieces that he has done in such a long time. I've seen a couple of movies, but this, baby, chef's kiss. Anyway, thank you so much for coming by. Welcome to my channel. Hi again, I'm Shar. And don't forget to, I'm talking about right, subscribe, comment, and like my video. And this is my MUMU reviews. Why you call it MUMU? Because I'm wearing a MUMU, baby. You know, I'm wearing a MUMU so I can have a good time watching this while I eat, you know, and enjoy. So, I wrote down some notes. We're going to try to do it line by line, precept by precept. I got my laptop, so don't judge me. All right, so here we go. Today's episode is called The Aftermath. We open with Kimmy just shocked by the connection with Horace. And she looking at all the pictures. Remember on the last episode, she found all of those pictures with Roy. And she didn't know the other people. But she saw Jules. Jules was in one of the pictures too. So she was like, okay, Jules ain't over all this shit. It's his old ass that's over all of this. It ain't Jules, it's him. So Horace kind of, now, I wrote this little note for me. So if I ever get a chance to meet Mr. Horace Hart, Bellary, you sexy. Okay, all right, okay. Anyway, yeah, when he was leaning back, right when he was coughing and stuff, delicious. Okay, so she goes to the kitchen. He says, she's like, well, you know, here's your medicine. He said, go on in the kitchen, give me some water. So she goes to give him some water. So he comes back and takes the medication that she gave him. And then he says, well, you know, since you're here, since you know, you follow through with my request, reach in my pocket, take everything out, and it's yours. She's like, I don't need for you to do that. I just need for you to make sure my sister is good, my friend is good. He said, look, take the money. You fulfilled your request for bringing over light skin. Take the money, and then I'll make sure I'll check on your friend. She's like, okay. So she reached in there, grabbed the money, and Horace tells her, he was like, you ain't like them other hoes. You ain't like the other whores. You got heart. You're special. Don't ever change that. She's like, how you know? It's like, I know heart because I created a company that was supposed to be a caring, heartfelt company. Then he gives his whole name. His middle name just happens to be Hart, so he knows, right? So his name is Horace Hart Bellary. And he told a little bit of his story about he was more of a business side. He was a business major in college, and his brother was the chemist. So, and they came together, created Bellary, Beauty in Black, you know, all of that. That's how that came into play. So they started it. They're kind of part owners, but they started the company. So he asked her, he was like, well, have you ever heard of us before? Have you ever used our product? She said, oh yes, ever since I was a little girl. I did. I used it. He would say, well, stop using that shit. It kills people. The lie relaxer is killing women. He said, it must be karma, because he tells her that he has prostate cancer. He ain't tell his family yet. His boys don't know. His family don't know. He trusts this young lady enough so that she knows that he's going to die from prostate cancer. You know, prostate cancer ain't no cure. So, what did he say? Oh, he said he told her that, okay, since you did this, he said, I want to see Angel again. I want to see him again. He was like, okay. She was like, okay. He said, because I need I need him because he stole my motherfucking watch. She's like, what? Like, yeah, he took my watch and I want my watch back. It has a connection to it. I have a sentimental value with that watch. So she was like, okay. And so he said it means a lot to him, so she needs to go get it. So the same truck that they pulled in with, which happens to be his gardener truck. How many of y'all got a gardener? Got all that land and a gardener? I would love that. Took the gardener's truck. He said, take the truck to go get my damn watch and bring it back. Both, the truck and the watch. She's like, okay. So she took the truck, went straight and yeah, next, okay, Norman is crying. Okay, okay, well, no. Let me go back. She took it. So the next scene we see is Mr. Richard Lawson, ex-husband of Miss Tina Knowles Lawson. Knowles. He is so good. He's the other brother. He's Norman. He's Horace's brother. He's the chemist. And for some reason they say that Norman is real cray-cray. That motherfucker would just take the whole family thing down if he has to. Well, you see him rushing into the hospital because we trying to figure out what happened. I'm like, who in the hospital? Girl, it wound up being that lady that they hit, that Mallory hit, then Roy hit. Well, that was actually, damn, his uncle's wife. Like, what's she doing running? He said she normally likes to go running. Like, why the fuck was she running in the middle of the night in the rain? Was she running from something or running to something? That's another thing that's debatable. I'm sure it's going to come down the line. So Norman is crying. He's like screaming at the hospital. Look, we built this wing of this hospital. Y'all better save my fucking wife. Get the best doctors you can up in here because you need to save her. He didn't say my wife, but eventually we found out that I was his wife because he was very, very adamant about them doing it. So next, Kimmy goes to get the watch from Angel. And so Angel's girlfriend got on my damn nerves. She wondered why she's there. Like, look, she just want the watch. She don't want Angel. She wanted Angel. She could have had him. So she goes to Angel's house to get the watch. And she explains to him who that old man was. And that Jules ain't the boss at all. It's Mr. Horace is the boss. It ain't Jules. It's him. So he gave up the watch. She tells Angel everything. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. Because I think he's going to try to be acting real cocky with Jules. And Jules don't play that shit. So, Jules comes to the hospital and he hugs Norman. And that's when we found out that Jules is definitely like the head security for the family. He gives Norman a big hug. And so Jules asks Norman, did she say anything? Because, Jules kind of know what happened, but he just needed confirmation. And Norman was like, no, she hasn't said nothing. I'm like, look, she bleeding. She got a concussion. Girl, you can't even tell who she is. So I'm like, God, dog, it Jules, your heart is cold, bruh. You thick girl can't say her name, let her know, tell a story about what happened. Damn. Okay, so that's when we found out that she went running that night. Why she went running in the middle of the night in the rain is beyond me. That's weird. So next, why is my nose itching? No, my mom has passed away, so normally when my nose itches a lot, that means she's here because she used to scratch her nose. But anyway, next, we see Roy is drinking early in the morning, honey. Early in the morning, and Mallory is mad at him like she always is. That girl never has a good day with that man. She slaps him. He said he likes it when she's evil, turns him the fuck on. And so he leaves. So he leaves to take a shower. So Jules calls Roy's phone, and Mallory answers the phone. And now she knows, because Jules tells her that it was the auntie that got ran over, Norman's wife. Her name is Ina. I spelled it I-N-A, but it could be E-N-A, but that's how they said it. And so Mallory, I don't know. I think Mallory is an ageist. And I mean, that's people who don't like old people, because she makes a lot of damn references about people being old in this show. Girl, you gonna reach it one day. You ain't gonna be tight and right forever. Sis. Anyway, she asks him who was Roy with, because so she talks to Jules on the phone, and she kept asking who was Roy with last night, because Jules know every damn thing. He avoids the question. He said, and she said, you wonder why I don't trust your ass, because she don't trust him. The next day, Body and Dagger, I finally know where TS got the dagger from. If you know TS, you know that she does. She calls him. She calls gay women, back in the day we used to call them bull, B-U-L-L. So she always says she was a dagger bagger. So I'm assuming that Either she named herself or Tyler said he liked that word, and they used the word dagger. Dagger could be a knife. Dagger could be a, bull. You just have to figure it out. But knowing TS, it has something to do with bull dagger. So next day, Body and Dagger shows up at Kimmy's not apartment, honey, hotel room, and beat the shit out of her. Like, they body slammed her, they WWE that bitch, they kicked her, they stomped her, everything. And I'm like, before they did, they kept asking her how was Rain doing. I guess it just built up, and then whatever Delinda had said to Body at the club, it really stuck in her head. Because Body kept saying, you want to take my place? You want to take my spot, bitch? You ain't gonna take my spot. And that's when they beat the shit out of that baby. That baby ain't do nothing. That girl ain't done nothing. Well, anyway, they stomped her down, beat her up, finally left. And she just got up, slowly leaned on the dresser, and then left. Left. Went to the hospital, of course. That's her second favorite home. First is the hotel, second is the club, third is the hospital. Okay, so the next one we see an iconic, gorgeous, silver-haired fox baby. I've been watching this lady since the soap opera All My Children back in the day when it was Jessie and Angie. She played Angie. And Miss Debbie Morgan still got the dimples, she's a bad mama jamma, honey. And so she comes down the aisle. Her name is Olivia. She is Horace's ex-wife. They clearly can't stand each other. So she comes in the church. She's dressed in all white. I'm assuming that she's one of the mothers of the church because she had on white, baby. White from head to toe. And so she saw a person behind the head sitting at the church. And she's like, I'm sorry, church is closed right now. So she turned around. She saw that it was her brother-in-law, Norman. And he was asking her if one of her boys hit his wife last night. She's like, what the fuck? I mean, she didn't say that in church. What are you talking about? Did one of your boys hit went driving down the private street last night? I don't know what you're talking about. So she's confused, but her hair looks amazing. Tyler did good on the hairs in this movie, this series, baby. Don't sleep on Tyler. Everybody has to have a beginning somewhere. Everybody. Okay. So, Norman ain't dumb. He's like, I know what did it. So next, Olivia calls Horace to find out about this private driveway or street. So the butler answers the phone. No, he ain't here. Nigga, I know he there. Put him on the phone. You know who this is. He ain't here, Miss Olivia. Whatever. So Olivia, Kimmy goes to the hospital. Again, like I said, because they really did fuck up her ribs. She said, I think I got a rib problem. The nurse asked her what was her pain level. She said, give me from 1 to 10. Kimmy says an 11. She said, well, you're going to have to wait. She's like, wait a minute. You said, you asked me what my pain level was. It's above a 10, damn it. Look, COVID. That's all she had to say. So next, we see this. I think it was a Porsche. I don't know what time. I'm not good at cars. But I knew it was baby blue. We see this baby blue Porsche that's pulling up at this beautiful all windows house. And then she sees one of her sons. His name is Charles. Getting it in. Just ramming the sock out of somebody's, hole. And it was a man. He was so good he had his hands behind his head doing no hands, baby. Yeah. So, I think that Mr. Perry loves booty shots because I've seen a lot of men's arses in this show. Well, I've seen a lot of arses no matter what, but mainly men's arses in this show. So, baby boy, he's clearly gay and he's proud of it. And he uses drugs. I know you saw some stuff on the counter. And so this one great liner he's been knocking out these one great liners to me that are unforgettable lines. This one had 2, maybe 1.5, but this line was so good. I had to write it down. He asked her, how did you get in here? She says, you don't think that I can get into anywhere you are? He was like, how you get in here, mama? You don't think that I can get into anywhere you are? I had to read it twice because it was so nice. Yeah. You don't think I can get in anywhere you at? I'm telling my babies that. Don't think I can't get in there. Anyway, She asked if he drove down the private street last night. And he was like, no, he drove. You know, the guy he was, you know, kicking it with. And she was like, get out my way. So she goes, moves, it goes, just go. He's like, where you going, mama? Where you going? And so she goes to the garage where he got all these luxury cars. And of course he has the Tesla truck that looks like a damn transformer to me. And so she was looking for damages and she didn't see any damages on the car. So she tells him, get your ass dressed so we can go head on to this damn board meeting today. Get dressed. Put some fucking clothes on right now. Let's go. So he did. So next, Kimmy's at the hospital. She all of a sudden, she was like bent down in the chair. And all of a sudden, she got up and she was walking fine and good. So she sneaks to the nurse's station and she asked to see if she could see Rain. So they told her where Rain was, and then the nurses was snickering. She was like, what the fuck y'all laughing at? Where is Rain? Down there, the last bed. Okay. So she finds her. So Rain wakes up and tells Kimmy that they told her that she has blood clots, like huge blood clots, and that they're going to affect her lungs. So she's going to die. They claim they can't find no doctors. I don't think it had nothing to do with doctors. I think it had a lot to do with her insurance or lack thereof. She probably had no insurance. And that she says that they bring people by her bed to laugh at her because of the butt injections and it didn't work out right. Do they really have nurses that are that evil and that mean that they would laugh at this girl who's literally dying because of a bad decision? I thought that nurses were loving and caring and, you know, want to save the world, not laugh at people. I wonder if that happened in real life. Let me know if y'all know anybody who went through that. Not butt shot stuff, but having nurses to be that insensitive, because that's why people get into the nursing career anyway, because they have a sensitivity and an empathy to people's problems, issues, and sicknesses. That just confused me. Okay, next, Mallory's assistant tells Mallory, because we back in the building, and Mallory's assistant like, ma'am, and so of course Mallory always treat her assistant like shit. Ma'am, your mother-in-law's here. Mama in the building. They say, why she bring her old ass? See, that's what I'm saying. She talking about Mallory. Why Olivia bring her old ass in here? Don't nobody got time for her shit. Why you keep bringing out how old these people are? You're going to get there one day if you act right and live right. Jeez Louise. So we get to finally know what the younger brother's name is. His name is Charles. And they have to pretend that they really care and love their daddy for the sake of the will. They're only there because of the will. They don't give a fuck about that company. They really don't. They're ready for his old ass to die. But remember, they do not know about his sicknesses. They don't know he has prostate cancer. The only person that knows is Kimmy. She's the only one that knows. Charles tells Roy that Mama's in the office and was wondering if he drove down the private driveway last night. And so Roy gets up and run out of the office on his way to Mallory's office. So we cut to Mallory and Mama in the office talking. So Mama had just asked Mallory, did Roy or did Charles go down the private driveway last night? Mallory's like, Did they drive down the private street last night? Because it was Norman's wife got hit last night. And so she was like, no. So we could tell that even Olivia can't stand her sons. Remember in the last episode, Mallory told Roy that your daddy can't stand y'all. And now that Mammy can't stand. Like, how do you have two sons and you can't stand them both? That's crazy to me. At least one of them they like or love. They might like them more than they love them. And the other one, they can't stand them. But both? She called the oldest son, Roy, lazy. And she called the baby boy, useless. I'm like, well, damn. Y'all the ones, they got half of y'all in both of them. So they got it from somewhere. Anyway, Roy asked Mama, why is she here? And Mama said, I wanted to ask Mallory a question. So he said, well, you can ask me. And Mama said, no, I'll talk to Mallory about that. I'll talk to you later, Mallory. And walked out. So Roy asked Mallory, what did she say? And she acted like she didn't know. So Mallory went on and told Roy that it was his aunt who got hit last night. And she said, Jules had told me earlier on the phone. And he was like, why the fuck you didn't tell me? She said, look, nigga, I ain't got to tell you shit. Yes, you do. When you almost killed somebody last night, girl. Yeah, you should have told him. So he tells her Roy tells Mallory, girl, you got a dark cloud over you. And she said, it takes one to know one, motherfucker. They both have, some nice substantial amount of clouds over their heads. So yeah. So he says, you is a dark cloud. She was like, you is. It's another money line. You is. She said, all that money, all that money that your parents is spending on you, and you talking about you is. She said, and I'm gonna find out who you fucked last night. I'm gonna find that out. I sure am. So next we see Charles. Well, they have the board meeting, so Charles is at the office in the table. No. We see Charles is in his own office, and he's looking at porn. We see back shots. Just what back shots are, honey. And so Roy can't believe that, because right before the scene before this, Mallory tested him and said that your phone called me. He's like, my phone called me. My password was locked. And so he didn't know that what Kimmy did was like, call my wife. You can do that. You can speak your command and your phone will call. So he didn't know that feature was on there. He's so busy doing other shit. He don't even know his damn phone. So anyway, Charles was in the office looking at gay porn. Roy can't believe that his phone called his wife, because Mallory tested it right there in front of him. Charles actually showed him that he had an AI feature that's on the phone that he needed to shut it off. Once you shut it off, nobody can get into your phone unless you do a passcode. And it was a light bulb moment from Roy. He said, that bitch set me up. So he knew that it was Kimmy, because Mallory kept saying, I heard you. He was so focused on protecting himself, he didn't stop and think. So that's what happened. So next, we're at the hospital with Kimmy and Rain again. They just chit-chat about how strong they are. She told Rain that Horace is in charge of all this shit. It ain't Jules, it's actually Horace. And Rain keeps pushing Kimmy that she need to go on back to the club so you can make that money. Jules, now, every time Kimmy don't learn her lesson. Kimmy keeps forgetting that damn Jules has eyes all over the place. There's cameras in the place. And he says, I know people. He says, I got eyes all over that spot. And she keeps going there. So right when she leaving, of course, I guess somebody said, she leaving Jules. He just happened to always pop up right then at the front door. So he get the fuck in the car. What she normally do, baby, get in the car. So she gets in. And she tells him that he sent Body and Dagger to beat her up. And he was like, if I wanted to do that, I know how to do it. So he tells her, because he parked like facing this ambulance, he told her, get out the fucking truck and stand in front of that ambulance. And she's like, what? He said, get out my truck and stand in front of the ambulance. So with hesitation, a little bit back and forth, she finally did. She stood in front of the truck. And he backed up, and she was like her back was against the ambulance, and so he was running because he was going to hit her, and he couldn't do it because because there's a smart feature on the truck that will automatically make him stop if you too close to a vehicle. Of course, it didn't see her, but it saw the vehicle. So he said, I can't even. What did he say? He says I can't even kill a motherfucker no more. Because these safety features preventing him to kill a motherfucker like he used to. Safety features, there's some good shit. So he threatens her and then he drives off, and yeah, that's it. Okay, next, Norman drives to the scene of the accident and he finds one of his wife's shoes there, and he just, that son of a bitch. I don't know if he figured out who did it or what, but he figured it out. So he took her shoe. And the next scene, we see Roy comes to Jules' office and tells him that Kimmy set him up with calling his wife while they were fucking. So, you remember she said, call my wife, and the phone was on. So Jules is like, I want to see Kimmy tonight because I want her to pay for what she did. I want her to suffer just a little bit. And Jules is like, man, now I told you about getting your hands dirty. I'm trying to keep this family cool. I don't give a fuck. I want to get her back. And he was like, okay, I'll get it. Jules seemed like he doesn't trust Roy too much. Roy seems a little unhinged or cocky, which could actually like blow up their whole family fortune. So that's why Jules handles all of that shit. They don't want Roy. They definitely don't want Charles doing it. So yeah, so the board meeting. Charles is on his phone again. they all in the board meeting, and so he's sitting near his daddy because Horace is at the top of the table. So Horace takes his phone, and so Mallory said, "Okay, all of y'all can leave. So only people that are sitting in there is a lawyer and the family. That's it." So so Horace grabs Charles's phone and reads his text aloud, and it says, "I want you to fuck me good and make me come." And then Olivia's like, "Horace, why in the fuck you reading his message all aloud?" And then he says, "This is the hypocritical part. This is the hypocritical part." Horace tells Olivia that it's her fault that he's that way, sending that message to another man. Horace, didn't last night you wanted Kimmy to help you see Angel? Now you're blaming his mammy for him being gay and living in his truth? And we clearly know that you're hiding something? Horace. You're hypocritical, Horace. Hypocritical? I was like, the nerve. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle motherfucking black? Yeah. Okay, next. In the meantime, the lawyer is telling them, I forgot that baby's name, Terrell something. He's a singer. That baby can sing. He used to do a lot of Tyler Perry's plays. He's very handsome. I think he's part of the community, but it's okay. He's a very great actor. In the meantime, they have the lawyer there to talk about the class action suit. Remember, their perms kill women. They caught cancer. So they have this class action suit, and you could tell that Horace and Olivia hate each other. They hate each other. They hate their sons. I'm like, damn, y'all. So the lawyer is there to counsel them to not settle because it could almost bankrupt the company. And then they're talking about it, and all of a sudden Norman comes in with a shoe in his hand. Do I have a shoe? I got my shoe. Let me take mine off. And he says, "Which one of you motherfuckers hit my wife?" I don't know if he said it like that, though. But he was mad. They said he is the very one who's the unhinged one. It makes me wonder, is him and Roy daddy and son? Because they both seem to have the same type of temperament. Whew. What an episode. It was so good. I'm loving this show so much. My thing is like, will Rain live? Because remember, Horace has to get there at the hospital. He said he was going to do it, and he got to do it. And I think he's going to make sure she gets the best care. Because, again, they own that wing. The family owns it. So I think that she's going to get the best care. But I think that she's not going to know how to deal with everything. She's gonna think she's big and bad and try to talk to Jules like he a piece of shit. And Jules going to wind up killing her. I just feel like she's not going to last long. I really feel like she's not going to last. Debbie Morgan looks great. Mr. Lawson, Richard Lawson, you better work, boo. Although you and Miss Tina didn't work out, you working, baby. And I ain't mad at you. And y'all give me hope. I'm 53 and I always used to think that I was too old. But seeing how Tyler Perry is giving these old people some roles, I like it. Call me. Okay. All right. That's it. Whew, going on almost 30 minutes. Thank you for coming by for my review of Beauty is Black. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm really happy that this is on so that I can really enjoy some good TV. It's been a while since I had a chance to have some good TV. And my hair don't look like Woody Woodpecker like it did in the last video. I was like, what the fuck is going on with my hair? This is the hair that I like. And again, thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for sharing your time with me, boo. I will be back again for another review for episode number 4. I think he released 8 of them. So I still got a little ways to go, but I'm loving every bit of it. So don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. If I missed anything, tell me about it down below in the description box, if I can say that. Okay. Be blessed. And let's have some more fun, y'all. We got episode 4 coming up. And join me in my next review. Bye.